Good evening, everybody. This is Cami, and I'm part of Team Harmony. So excited to be here today. I've been studying about heart rate variability, and the subtitle of this is Keep Calm and Patch On. I'm so thrilled to share with you. I heard about heart rate variability for the first time a couple of weeks ago at a chiropractic philosophy forum. And in this forum, the speaker was sharing how the studies that he was doing is basically sharing how heart rate variability can almost all of our diseases can be point back to heart rate variability. And if we can learn how to create a healthy heart rate variability, then we will live stronger, healthier, more vibrant lives. So let's get started, and I'll share my screen. And here we go. So heart rate variability. I don't know if this is a familiar term to you, but it was new to me. What is it? Heart rate variability, if you look at the graph here, it has to do with the amount of time between your heartbeats. So heart rate variability is how much the heart rate fluctuates between beats. Higher HRV is typically an indicator of both physical and psychological health. So high heart rate variability is good. It's a sign of health. So what's the difference? Heart rate is how many times your heart beats in a minute. So it's an average. It's how many times your heart beats in a minute. It's a lower heart rate is often a sign of cardiovascular health. But heart rate variability has to do with the flexibility of your heart to be able to navigate what your body is experiencing and needing to do to respond to those experiences. So HRV is a holistic health indicator. It reflects the body's ability to manage stress. It is an indicator to help you improve, like with athletic performance and things like that. There are ways to impact it with your lifestyle choices. And there's some things that you kind of get, like the hand of cards that you get dealt in a poker game. Trauma is some things that you get dealt that hand of cards, and that it affects your heart rate variability, but it doesn't have to be a life sentence of negatively affecting your heart rate variability. Breathing exercises very much affect heart rate variability, and we'll go into that a little bit more in a second. So studies show that a relationship between low heart rate variability creates an increased risk of various diseases, including cardiovascular disease, mental health conditions, even mortality. Heart rate variability is not the direct cause of these diseases, but it serves as an indicator of our autonomic nervous system dysfunction, which can contribute to a whole health range of health problems. I'll break this down. We have a fight or flight response, and it's brought on by stress. It's brought on by exercise and working out like hard. It's brought on by setting goals. It's brought on by outside forces. And the things that happen inside our body are our autonomic nervous response. Our pupils dilate, our mouth goes dry, our heart rate increases, breathing quickens, blood pressure increases, our digestion is inhibited, our muscles tense and are ready for action. We sweat. And guess what? Remember, we talked about our insulin resistance a few weeks ago? Our bodies, when we have this stress response or fight or flight response, we need to burn some quick energy. So our body floods our blood with uh, with glucose, with glycogen that our liver stores for us, and it ready for that quick energy. So our cardiovascular system, our blood gets flooded with sugar. So those of you who are artsy like me and love pictures, you've got the right hand side. Those of you who are more logical, get the left hand side. But the point is, we have physical stressors and we have psychological stressors. Those psychological stressors can be triggers from previous trauma. Those psychological stressors can be what we choose, the environment we choose to place ourselves in, the relationships, things like that, books that we read, people we hang out with, all of those things, and thoughts. But our autonomic nervous system gets hard coded, it gets written on with our it's called neuro-linguistic programming, our conscience, our body's response to the experiences that we've had even before we have words. So there's stressors that we have in our life, and that's life. We have to work. We have to make money. We have to buy groceries. We need to get our kids somewhere. And that is part of life. And it's not terrible. It's not a bad thing. But the negative effects of stress, if we cannot balance it or turn it off and be able to balance going back and forth between, okay, got to get this done, versus relaxing to activate the other side of our nervous system, the parasympathetic system, activating our rest and digest response. That is what we need to do. There's a very close between our heart and our brain. So the importance of a healthy HRV, remember, high is good in this case, low is bad. You think about it as flexibility, the flexibility of your heart to adapt to change. That high flexibility is good, low flexibility is bad. And often we get stuck in that flight or freeze mode because of the negative stresses in our bodies. And then our bodies can't shift into that rest, digest, and heal, recover from exercise, all of those good things. So, heart rate variability offers a window into how your body reacts to stress and your resilience to stress. So, healthy, resilient athletes have a high HRV and they have a stable, low resting heart rate because their cardiovascular health is healthy from the exercise, but also mind, body, and spirit, what they think about, what they choose to put in their brain, coaching, all of those good things put your body's ability at a high level to switch back and forth. And if you can't, then shifting into rest and recovery, which is almost just as important as the exercise that you're doing. If you can't get your body to shift, let's say you're going through major stresses at home, you have a big test due, you have an auto accident, you have all of these things, your heart rate variability is not as healthy. So it takes you longer to recover. Takes your cells longer to recover because you're still in that fight or flight mode and your body can't shift into rest and digest. So, how do we switch? How do we get into that rest and digest? Natural ways to increase that heart rate variability. Breathing is by far the number one thing. And I don't know about you, but I learned about, positive self-talk and almost like that coaching yourself into breathing. There's some really great tools online about breath work, and you can change your heart rate by how you breathe. And to change how you breathe, you have to change what you think about. What you think about has a direct correlation to how your body responds. So we have choices. Exercise. I highly recommend exercise. It's amazing for clearing the brain, getting your heart rate going and getting your heart rate up. When you are in a stressed out mode, I would recommend that you don't exercise crazy hard because your body is, if you are in adrenal fatigue or if you're having trouble getting out of that fight or flight, gentle exercise on your body is good. Crazy hard exercise, not so good until your HRV is up. Quality and sufficient sleep. How do we do that? We have some ideas. There's great ways to shift your brain and your body and tell your body it is okay to rest now. I need 7.5 hours of sleep for my body to go through 5 90-minute cycles of processing in my brain, of reducing the oxidative stress from the day, of digesting and breaking the food down and sending it to the areas where my body needs it. We grow when we sleep. All of those things, and we wake up. Our skin rehabilitates when we sleep. All of our organs rehabilitate. They can't do that when we are stressed out, and we don't get good quality sleep when we are stressed. So, of course, low impact stretching exercises, also involving breath work, amazing. There's something called biofeedback, and neurofeedback is good for the brain. It helps rewire the brain. Sometimes when there are triggers and your vagus nerve, that's your body response, is so impacted, you are the biofeedback can help reprogram your subconscious a little bit in ways that tell your body you are okay. And it dials down that sympathetic stress response and allows that parasympathetic nervous system to do its job and balance out your brain. And of course, you are what you eat. If you feed your cells and feed your body with food with quality food that gives your cells the proper supposed to do. If you feed your cells, if you feed your body garbage, guess how your cells get to act? They aren't receiving what they need nutritionally to do what they are supposed to do. So there's other activities as well. Journaling is incredibly important for helping your brain process through your fingers. And cold water therapy, I just learned today. I'm not going to lie, I don't like to be cold, but I keep hearing about this infrared sauna and cold plunge thing. I haven't yet taken the plunge, but love the infrared sauna, but I'm going to be brave. And cold water therapy is very good for helping your autonomic nervous system and your stem cell activity as well. Meditation also, think on good things, those thoughts that bring you joy, bring you peace, bring you happiness. Tell your body that you are okay. Tell your body that you are a conqueror. There's a big difference. I think of when we get stuck in our fight or flight mode, our body starts reacting very defensively and almost like a victim. And when we can tell our brain, all of these tools help our body become a victor. And again, that increases, that's that psychological aspect. It increases our body's ability to rebound and be resilient and not look at the problem, but look at the solution. All of these things affect our heart rate variability. And sound therapy is amazing. Art, creative activities. I cannot tell you how rejuvenating it is if you allow yourself to dive in to an acrylic paint pour or a walk in the woods, sitting by the ocean, grounding, walking in the sand. All of these things are so incredible for your health. And the reason is it helps you mind, body, and spirit, and it adjusts, it gives you a high heart rate variability. So breath work just is just a beautiful example of how you can tell your body, tell your brain when you are receiving stress, just like a fake smile can literally set off happy hormones or happy neurotransmitters. Calming your breathing can tell your parasympathetic nervous system to decrease the heart rate and open your lungs and allow your body to slow down and get out of that stress and parasympathetic, and you can actually think more clearly. So this helps your body tremendously. But guess what? To recap, we have heart rate variability. It's the measurement between the timing of your heartbeats and having your heartbeat be flexible and have your heart be able to stretch and move and adjust to what's going on is very, very healthy. The higher, the better. The low heart rate variability is almost always in our crazy world. Our sympathetic nervous system gets stuck in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. And that is the stress that adds to our body is what causes our high blood sugar, insulin resistance, our heart rate, our heart problems, many of our mental health issues, and our autoimmune issues. And then heart rate variability can be an indicator that our bodies are under stress or responding to illness. So guess what? There's a patch for that. I know you guys are so excited to hear about the patch. I was listening to David Schmidt, our inventor, talk about the X39 today, and in a fresh, guess what? We talked about in how it helps our heart and cardiovascular system in the previous session. And when our heart and our cardiovascular system are helped in heart rate, it improves our heart rate variability and our brain as well. And when we saw that in 6 weeks, somebody be able to go from a very stressed out, very hot brain to a very balanced brain, that shows neuroplasticity, right? So when your brain can shift back and forth from your the input that the brain is receiving, and then think a new thought or adjust or shift or do what the brain needs to do, then that improves your heart rate variability as well. And of course, it also allows your body to release happy neurotransmitters. X39 is the patch to rule them all, and it's amazing. Also, I learned a few weeks ago that the energy enhancers also help balance our HRV, our heart rate variability. Now, these work a little bit differently. It's a two-patch system, and it tells your body it signals your mitochondria to burn fat as fuel. And so it stimulates that response of burning fat, which bumps up your ATP, giving you more energy, improving your mood, lightening your mood, and making your brain more agile. And it also has the beautiful side effect of turning over your lymphatic system. But then here is a signal to your body, okay, we're not going to stress out, but we get to exercise and perform at a high level. When the energy enhancer came out, they did a 6-week trial at Stanford University with US Olympic hopefuls. And within the 6 weeks, most of them bested their personal best, and one woman broke a world record. This is the granddaddy of them all. This patch is what started the company and continues being incredibly powerful and helpful in our health today, but it is important for our variability. I have there's different placements for the energy enhancers, but there's a tan patch and a white patch, and the tan patch goes on the left side of the body, the white patch goes on the right. And I learned that when you put the tan patch on your left wrist and the white patch on your right wrist, that helps protect your pericardium, and it is really, really great for your heart. Eon, oh my goodness, this tells your body to make an anti-inflammatory called superoxide dismutase. It also bumps up your DHEA. It is amazing, but it influences your mindset. This is called the happy patch. It tells your body you are okay. It reduces that stress on the nervous system and balances that parasympathetic nervous system. So when you use the Eon patch in conjunction with the X39, you're dialing down the body's natural stress response, telling your body that you are okay, dialing down inflammation, and then sending those stem cells and happy neurotransmitters where they need to go to help create balance in the body. X49 is incredible for the heart and the brain. And so for that reason, I put this here as well. It increases testosterone, builds bone density. It's incredibly helpful for recovery. Now, both the X39 and X49 are generally recommended to wear during the day. Same with the energy enhancers. They all bump up your ATP, giving you energy. But then you will also, it supports the great night's sleep as well. And when we sleep, we recover. And I have 2 more patches to tell you about that in a minute. Carnosine also is incredible for our cardiovascular health and our brain and nervous system health. It increases our lifespan by 30 to 40%. It protects the telomeres on our DNA, and it improves the bioelectrical properties to those organs, the brain, the heart. So guess what? Carnosine helps our heart rate variability. It improves stamina, builds muscle. It helps our brain detox from aluminum. It helps repair damaged cells and tissues. I highly recommend if you haven't tried carnosine. Now, if you need additional help with sleep, we have two patches to tell you about. Silent Nights ups your melatonin. And when we sleep, our body regenerates. Melatonin is being studied as not just a hormone, but a major antioxidant to help us with our health. And so Silent Nights is some of my friends' favorite patches, literally. And before it becomes melatonin in our body, it actually is L-DOPA. So there is a relaxed mood that your body gets into and a sense of well-being. So again, we're preparing our bodies for that shift to be able to sleep and recover. So Alavita, a favorite patch of most of us. It elevates epithalamine, which is known as the fountain of youth peptide. It also tells your pineal gland to produce melatonin. It elongates telomeres, which is a sign of aging. It helps your brain process or helps all of your cells with oxidative stress. I think of oxidative stress as stress that is damaging to these cells at the cellular level. If you think of an apple, when you cut the apple, that damages some of the cells to where the apple was cut. And where the apple was cut, it turns brown. That's oxidative stress because the cells were compromised. The Alavita patch helps the body with oxidative stress. And it is known for helping us with our skin, collagen, and cartilage. And all of, as Tracy went through our deep dive last week on collagen, that also improves our heart as well. Can't get away from it. These are the patches that help us with our heart rate variability. And I highly recommend that you talk to the person who invited you. Share this with information with somebody you know who is struggling with their heart rate variability, or they just can't shift out of that fight, flight, or freeze and find the calm in their life. And these patches are amazing tools, and we're here to help you. But keep calm and latch on. That's what I've got for you this evening.
Thank you so much, Cami. That was quite informative, and I learned things every time I hear one of these deep dives or I research for one of these deep dives. I learn things as we go, and I'm so grateful that we're able to actually share these with you and with each other. And now I'm going to open it up to questions. Does anybody have any questions that they would like to have answered? If you have a question, you can drop it in the chat or you can unmute yourself.
I'm
Any
going to go ahead
questions?
and pause the recording.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming, and get back with the person who invited you to learn about this product and put your order in.